recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open, didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just got this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16. Playing well, isn't he, John Rahm?
And OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Tyrrell Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing the trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
All right, let's roll. Level 2 has begun. This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. Let's get back to the Olympics. It sucks because I want to talk more about the Olympics, but nobody knows anything about them. So, but it is the Olympics, so we've got to get back to it. But with all the swimming that's going on here, I gave the Leon Marchand last night, overnight. And the problem with the swimming is it's cool, and I get it, but you've got it takes 2 days to bet like one event. Because the first day they do like the heats. You've got to qualify for the actual final. And then they do the semifinal after the original heat in the same day. And then they give everyone a full day off for like the final, right? So tomorrow, Summer McIntosh is swimming for Canada. And she's a phenom. She's a minus 225 favorite, all right, to win the women's 200-meter butterfly. And there seems to be a correlation between the intermedley and the butterfly. It seems to be like a big thing. Like the men was the same thing. The dude that won the men 400 intermedley, the same thing that Summer McIntosh won, dominated and is dominating in the butterfly too. So it's like Summer McIntosh. It's like her best event. It's her best thing out of the four. Different mediums type of thing, backstroke, butter, whatever. So she's like a butterfly expert as well. So she's a minus 225 favorite. Yet she's got to go through the hoops tomorrow. It's like she's got to get into the final and all this, but she will. And then that final will go down on Thursday. But she's gonna win, Cam, as I stated, minus 225. In hindsight, people will look back and he'll be like, wow, look, put it this way. You had to add 2 zeros to the last race she was in. She was a minus 2,500 favorite. She was a 250-1 favorite to win the one swim race. And she won by nearly 6 seconds. Like, she dominated it. So now you're getting her at minus 225. Yeah, there's some really good swimmers in the field, but this is her thing. She sat out a couple of other events to try to win this gold. I think she will pull it off. And so it's great parlay material. And I've got a lot of different people you can parlay it with as well. So she's minus 225. The track and field, guys, is super cool. That hasn't even started yet. We haven't even gotten onto the track yet. So the track and field is ready to start. And this would surprise people. It surprised me to see that Canada actually are favorites in both men's and women's hammer throw, Cam. All right. Canada,
great.
Canada's men here, the dude, Ethan Katzberg, he's minus 250. He's been an absolute killer on the European tour, on the world tour, Pan American Games. Like, he's a severe heavy favorite to win the gold medal in the men's hammer throw. So you could do an all-Canadian little mix here. You could go Ethan Katzberg to win the men's hammer throw and Summer McIntosh to win the women's 200-meter butterfly. And I'll get you the odds here for this. Katzberg should win. I got a piece of him. But the woman, Cameron Rogers of Canada, she's also favored in the hammer throw. She's only minus 134. She's not as heavy a favorite as Katzberg is. I don't want to go too crazy with these bets because I need them to win because I've got Canada over 5.5 gold medals for a nickel. So I need the Canadian favorites to actually win. There's not a lot of room for error here. So I'm sort of already on them, to be honest, but I'm not opposed to these parlays. So Ethan Katzberg and Summer McIntosh parlay together. So Ethan Katzberg to win men's hammer throw, and that starts on Friday against Summer McIntosh, 200 meters women's butterfly. That starts tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. Parlay together plus 102. Yep. And Summer McIntosh, and we'll do a Summer McIntosh and Cameron Rogers, who's favored to win the women's hammer throw. So the women's hammer throw, she's minus 134. Summer McIntosh with Cameron Rogers turns into a nice, robust plus 152. And you can parlay Summer McIntosh with a couple of these other swimming favorites. There's a couple of these events where the favorite is kind of unbeatable. Like, there's a Swedish woman, she's minus 400 in her event, and they were saying today that, like, she's untouchable at that range. So you can mix in quite a few. Like, put it this way, like I said last night, most of the favorites win these swimming events. And if they don't, it's the second choice that's, like, not big odds. Like, if it's kind of a toss-up, the favorite might not win. But for the most part, the dominant swimmers win these events, Cam.
I agree, Gabe. And I mixed mine. Actually went a little bit deeper, too, with Summer McIntosh to win the 200-meter. But doing some research on Jessica Fox, the Australian flag bearer, if people aren't paying attention to what Gabe said, you have to go through heat. So it's the semifinals. She's already won gold. She does canoe and kayak, but it's also K1. She is C1. The event is a C1 semifinal, and she is minus 300 with Summer McIntosh. The parlay is minus 106. Her name is Jessica Fox. She is the flag bearer for Australia and has won medals coming out the yin yang. I think that is a great parlay material. You're right about Summer McIntosh, and I'm going to put Jessica Fox, the Australian girl, in with canoe slalom minus 106. That is my parlay with McIntosh.
Good call. As we stated, I think Summer McIntosh is going to win this race. If you think she's going to win the kayak race, it's a good parlay. We got women's. There's all kinds of stuff going on coming up in the overnight. Like a lot of sports that we haven't really started capping yet because they're just sort of beginning here. But we got the women's field hockey continues, and of course the Netherlands are just a stone cold favorite. Another good parlay material for the Netherlands to win outright. We've already got it for the women. We got water polo coming up here, Cam, in the overnight hours as well, which is a super cool sport to watch. Like I said, there's all kinds of stuff in the overnight hours, like handball, water polo, tennis continues. And we got a piece, of course, of Swiatek to win the women's event. And I said before, Cam, she was minus 188. I parlayed her with Alcaraz. Here she is now. Iga Swiatek is minus 334 to win the women's. Krejcikova is plus 500 right now. Zhang is plus 650. Vekic is 18 to 1. Daniel Collins is 25 to 1. I'm actually amazed that Daniel Collins is still playing.
That could be Coco Gauff. That could be Coco Gauff.
Yeah, I know, but like I was gonna say, Collins, like she's retiring. She's like she always loses. But and Coco Gauff, she's got a problem. Coco, she's got to chill.
Yeah,
she's so immature. In the last, what was it? The last major here, Wimbledon. She melted down. She started like blaming Brad Gilbert. You're not helping me, and she starts crying and stuff. And now today, once again, she gets all rattled. When she gets rattled, it's over. And it's like, you know what? People know this now about her, that if she gets rattled, she's going to fall apart. She's got to start to rein this in and just stop being so emotional about everything. But if you look at this woman's field here right now, this is a really, really bad field. Like, there's been a lot of upsets. A lot of names have already been bounced. And, I mean, this is why Swiatek right now is minus 334. Cam, none of these women have a hope in hell of beating Swiatek. Unless Swiatek, like, drinks, like, 16 bottles of great French red wine before the match, she's going to win the gold medal.
No, you're right. We got a good price on her, too, and with some parlays. I will say that Beckett's chick I'll tell you something about her, though. She went really deep in the last tournament at Wimbledon. She's not going to beat Swiatek, but she's really on the up and up. And you're right about Collins. Surprising. But if I was going to take anybody, I have a chance to Zhang. But Swiatek's favored for a reason.
Recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open, didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just got this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16.
OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend, missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Cyril Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing the trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
Twisted Tuesday continues. This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the pits, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. We're just talking about the Olympics. We'll bring Sean Higgs here in a second, but here's a pick. I wanted to get to this. I've got to find the number once again. There's so much stuff back to the Olympic page. But I was talking about the water polo, and I've been watching the men's and the women's water polo, although I've seen more of the women's, to be honest, just by chance. And the women's water polo was up once again. I bet on the Canada-Hungary women's water polo match yesterday. And Canada was getting 5.5 goals against Hungary. and they ended up losing by 5. They lost 12-7. Hungary are like a world-class, though, side when it comes to water polo. Like, they're a top 5, top 6 team in the world. Canada, are sort of grit. They're not known. Canada aren't a water polo power by any stretch of the imagination, but they're pretty good. But they're playing China tonight, and it's a pick'em. And so you got Canada and China. Canada is actually minus 134 on the money line. And watching Canada and listening to the announcers who actually are water polo experts, the girl that's a former water polo player, she was pretty impressed with Canada. It was their first match. Hungary already had a match under their belt against the Netherlands. It was Canada's first match in the pool. They haven't been in the Olympics in a while in water polo. They were kind of nervous and stuff. They said, I'm expecting them to be better tonight. And looking at the history of this, and I found a really good water polo website, looking at the history of this, Canada have beaten China the last 4 times that they played in water polo. And, Canada's size is a problem for China in the pool. Canada's got some big girls that can, it's size like anything, man. You got to jump up, get your arm up, and get that ball over people's arms.
Yep.
So I think Canada is to play here in water polo. I think this is the only game. I think basically China's the only team we could beat. So no disrespect to China, but I think Canada can win this match. They can't beat the European teams. They're too good. But China's not great at water polo. So, guys, pull the trigger on Canada if you're looking for some action here. Although this game is at a horrible time. 9:35 in the morning, East Coast time, 6:35 in the morning for me. Let's bring in Sean Higgs. You going to bet that, Sean? Yeah, what do you think of Italy and the USA women water polo? They're playing too.
I'd say USA just because of the height advantage. Like, I mean, how many, you got Yao Ming for the Chinese? How many people do
Yao Ming.
No, they don't. They should put Yao Ming in a pool. Play water polo. Just put him right in the middle.
Horses? How deep is the water? How do the horses survive? Aren't you supposed to have you remember in Pretty Woman?
The horses. There's no horses.
The stomping of the divots in polo. Remember the stomping of the divots?
The horses.
It's not like polo with horses and water.
What about pocket pool? Is that an Olympic event yet? You got pocket pool in here for water polo? But this is as bad as breakdancing. This is as bad as breakdancing, folks.
What, water polo?
Water polo is amazing.
What, are you crazy? Water polo is one of the most traditional old-school Olympic sports and hardest sports in the Olympics.
I get. Listen, if they're jumping out of water and their bikinis come down, it's a fun sport, I guess. Otherwise, I mean, what do we? It's volleyball.
Do you even know what they do?
I've never seen it. Well,
I want to see the horse game.
What do you mean you've never seen it?
Who the heck's gonna? I told you that. I don't care that 7 billion people don't watch it. Water polo. I can polo. They got the clubs. Like, all I know is I got a polo shirt. It's got a guy on a horse and he's got a stick and he's hitting things. Wait, how does that happen in water? That's a whole different sport. How do you call it polo? They don't have sticks. Call it something
You're not
else.
a very smart man, are you, Sean Higgs? You're like
it's pool volleyball. It's like
water
polo.
No, it isn't like. No, it's not pool volleyball at all. Like, seriously,
it's like you
wouldn't last 60 seconds playing water polo.
Oh, I'm like a whale in the water. I'll be fine in the water.
You wouldn't last 60 seconds, bro.
Water polo?
Yeah, you wouldn't last 60 seconds, bro. You think you can go up and down an Olympic-sized pool?
Baby. How deep is it?
What do you mean? How deep is it?
Well, I don't.
No. What do you mean running? No, it's a pool.
Do they touch the ground?
It's a pool shot. You don't get to walk on it. No.
Well, what I'm saying is, no, serious question, Gabe. So it's deep water, so they're swimming in it and they have to like catapult themselves out, or can they touch the ground and you're jumping in? You said the people have to jump out of the ground and like smash it. That's what you said.
No, there's no ground. No, bro.
Okay, so you're just kind of like covering and you're treading water and and you're going back and forth.
Yes, you're swimming back and forth. There's no.
So it's like a there's no bottom.
You don't get to stand. No.
All right, that's what I was asking. I didn't know if there was like. Well, that's a whole different.
You're not playing. You're not throwing a ball with your kid in a pool in a backyard. Standing.
Yeah, what is this, Mr. Turtle Pool? This guy's the best. Like,
No, not
He's
Mr.
not
Turtle.
the best.
I'm Mr. Turtle Pool. No, I was thinking if it was like 6 or 8 feet where you could kind of like, go down, get it, and come up or something. I didn't know how to. I'm not watching Olympic basketball. You think I'm watching water polo? Come on.
No.
We got baseball. Come on.
So what? You're more entertained by watching a meaningless Major League Baseball game in the regular season?
I shouldn't say
like
that.
If you want to talk about things that are meaningless that no one cares about, that's meaningless that no one cares about.
Exactly. Baseball.
I'm just being real.
I haven't watched a baseball game this year, Gabe.
ESPN gets like 1.3 million viewers for a baseball game. The Olympics had 41 million viewers on Sunday.
A couple highlights of baseball. I'm not watching a game.
And how are you betting it?
I don't care. I see with the numbers. I'm going to bet it. No. I watch. You know what I'm watching? You know what I'm watching on Tubi? I found again. I've watched Shooter with Ryan Philippe, then the old actor. He fell for movies at TV. So I've been watching Shooter. It was on like USA years ago or something. I don't know. So that's
what that means.
I watched it. It's a show. The Shooter. Marky Mark did a movie Shooter back a couple years ago. Probably. So
I
know a lot about
the hottest summer of sports ever, the middle of the Olympics,
Euro
Cup, Copa America, and you're watching Netflix.
No, I don't have Netflix. I canceled it.
That's
Netflix.
Too.
I got ESPN plus Hulu and who's that? Disney comes with that, right? Yes. And I watched Tubi.
I don't know why you have ESPN plus. You don't watch any sports. You don't know, you don't watch it.
I like ESPN 3 for college hoops.
Recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open. Didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just got this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16. Playing well, isn't he, John Rahm?
And OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend, missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Tyrrell Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing the trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
Oakland Athletics and the San Francisco Giants, little Bay Area baseball. We got 4-0 Athletics. We were talking about the Angels and Rockies being a bad game. Sean's like, I watch baseball. Yeah, because people care about the Rockies and Angels game right now. We were talking about like that. Like even the people that got paid to work at the stadium tonight hated their lives. Like, oh, God, I got to go to the park tonight for 6 hours and watch this crap. Although it is an entertaining game. It is 7-6.
It's a 7-6 barn burner. Come on, man. That's a fun game to go to. That's like a minor league game. Well, they're like minor league teams, so it's perfect. How don't the Rockies make a trade? Why aren't they? They're holding on. We're ready to go next year. Rocky baseball, fantastic.
Who do they have to trade? You're right, but they could have traded.
I'm shocked they didn't trade. Who's that? McCann? They could have traded. I thought for sure he was going to the Yankees or the catcher for them. I thought the Yanks would make a deal for that catcher.
Oakland beating San Francisco. This is Oakland have been a play-on team for the last week and a half or so. They've won more than they've lost, actually. And they're going to get up for this in San Francisco. I talked earlier about baseball betting. Where's the clubhouse mentality at? Like, what's the atmosphere of the team? And it seems like now, Sean, the San Francisco Giants, they're kind of like the Blue Jays, the Giants. They're kind of worn out. The season's falling apart on them, and it shows with their effort now. And now they're losing 4-0 to the Athletics.
And you think without trading, because they didn't trade anybody, where they could have got rid of Snell. Even Robbie Ray came back out of start. They could have traded. They didn't. They didn't trade anybody. They thought, hey, we could maybe make a push here, and then this is what you have against Oakland. Now, granted, Oakland came in. They had the nice series win over Philly, and the Angels had a little win streak. But maybe Oakland's thinking, you know what? We're a young team. Who were they trading? They got rid of who? Blackburn, right? Maybe a guy out of – I don't even know if they traded a guy out of Penn. But they're playing –
I don't know why they didn't trade Miller, the dude that broke his non-throwing hand. I mean, it was only his pinky, too. He broke a finger, but whatever. Like
that the Orioles didn't say, here's Gunnar Henderson – or not Gunnar Henderson. Who's the kid? Jackson Holiday, the rookie, the young guy who everybody loves. The kid's 18. I'd be like, you're
That's
not
too
going
much.
to the World Series.
That's too much.
Is it?
That's too much for Miller.
Yeah.
You know what, though?
Yeah, slow down, Sean.
Have you seen
general manager Higgs here?
Have you seen? Why are you holding on to a guy? Baseball is wide open this year. Have you seen the teams you're playing against? This is why are you holding on to him? Maybe next year.
Rockies could have traded Quantrill. That's another guy. Him and McMahon. Those are the guys that could actually get something. Because you look at them, Gabe's got a good numbers, even at Coors. It's like, but I don't understand like what a lot of teams do and what they don't do. Like, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. I don't get it. Like, you want to be crap forever? Sure, go for it. Like, the
Rangers traded Lorenzen. The Pirates traded Martin Perez to the Pod. You're telling me you couldn't sell Quantrill or Gomber or any of those starters that would have went out of the atmosphere into a park or just to a team that is smelling the playoffs as opposed to being in Colorado? You couldn't get anything.
There are some teams in the league that it's like weekend at Bernie's. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not being run. Like they're just not there. Like they don't care.
They don't even have a minor
league.
The
Rockies are one. Like the Rockies are one of them. The Rockies just don't care. Like the owner of the Rockies is basically like, where's my check? You know what I mean? Where's my money from the league? Where's my money from the revenue sharing? And he's making money.
Is that weekend at Bernie's, or is that the owner from Major League who tried to bring in a derelict team?
Yeah.
So
that's the same thing.
He's the owner from Major League.
That's how the Marlins have been run for years. It's the same type same type of deal where it's like, whatever, we make money. That's the whole thing.
They're good every 8 years for a World Series, though, at least. The Marlins have won.
Yeah, that's true. No, at least they can say, hey, we won twice, right? Hey, you're right. They have that sort of, hey, trust us every once in a while.
We put together something good.
We'll win. No, it's true. But the whole thing is, like, some teams that spend money don't make money, guys, right? But they have to do it to sustain it. It's kind of there's a weird thing in sports like that. Like, like the New York Yankees, I actually believe them. Like if you look at the Yankees books, after all the money the Yankees spend on everything, they make about $50 to $60 million a year in profit, which is not that much actually for a corporation. Like if you're, you know what I mean?
It's
like
worth $1 billion,
no, worth $6 billion. Exactly. Yeah. So like, in betting terms, return on investment, dropping $700 million to make $60 million isn't ideal. You know what I'm saying? Like in the big picture. So that's why when people to Steinberg, that's why they're like, no, if we give another $500 million deal, suddenly we're making $25 million a year, right? Like it gets
to be in the same
down.
place we are now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you look at a bad team like the Marlins that don't try, or the Pirates or something like that before, and the owner's secretly pocketing like $92 million a year because he's not spending it. You know what I mean?
Smart.
recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open, didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just got this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16. Oh, he's playing well, isn't he, John Rahm?
And OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend, missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Tyrrell Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing a trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. We're just talking about how you spend money, you don't really make money. NFL is a classic example of that, where the television contracts are just so big. Like, the revenue that you're getting back is so big that every team is just automatically making money. Like, the Green Bay Packers don't want people knowing this, but I'll tell you this because they like to play, we're a community, and all this type stuff. The Packers make like $300 to $340 million a year in profit. That's like some serious money. Like, put in context the Yankees, the Yankee brand, and all the money that they spend. And think about it, Shaw. Like, the Packers don't even spend anything, bro. The NFL salary cap's like nothing. It's like $179 million. Yep. They play 8 times a year. Security is like, you know what I mean? Their expenses are lower than the Yankees.
Yeah.
And they just hoard the money. And you'll notice
there's no minor leagues. They're not taking
but
care of the minor league guys. I mean, think about the minor leagues. The Yankees
It's exactly. Like, there's a whole other operation of baseball people don't think about that costs them money. And Steinbrenner was bitching about that. He goes, people don't want to hear this, but he goes, I got to spend way more money on security because we're New York and people want to kill us. It's true, though. It's pretty funny. But he was right.
Listen,
yeah, kind of right. He goes, listen, we're a target. He goes, Yankee Stadium. He goes, you guys have no idea the overtime I have to pay the NYPD to guard this place. He was talking
Listen,
about.
Even in the mid-'90s, before they got good, like I'd go in high school, like 90, I guess we're at 19, so like 93, 94, when they were sort of all right, like kind of getting to good in 95, 96, there would be like, there'd be like 500 cops outside. And that's just outside the state. Maybe the same ones working indoor. They had like 1,000 police. Like, it was, you'd be like, holy cow. Like, he's you don't think about that. You just brought that up, but I just remember seeing they're just packs of like 30 at
just getting overtime, getting paid, charging them up the ass through the union.
Point, sorry, you called it 8 games, like, and in baseball, what do you got? 80 and change? Like, it's just that's a whole different ball game. Plus the
I know because I saw
it's nuts.
The Jags a couple of years ago when they were really bad. They made $140 million profit. And look, they have a crap-ass stadium, a bad football team, and they were getting like 38,000 fans a game, and they were making $140 million. So that's the whole point. Like, a lot of owners don't care about winning a Super Bowl. They're already winning. They own the team, they're in the club, and they're making, 150 to 350, 500 million a year, whatever, just by showing up and owning the team, guys. That's the bottom line. It's true.
Think about the Jags. They get 2 games in England. Like, the guy doesn't even care about home games. He's like, all right, I'll go over here. The NFL could pay the freight for that, and I get
I did that because he can sell
anything.
tickets in England. He actually sells 80,000 tickets in England.
Yeah. Well, he's like, oh, well, who cares about you, Jacksonville guys? We're going over here for. I know you're supposed to have 8 games. We'll give you 6, and you'll like it.
He wanted to move the team to London. That was the thing. He's from London. Yeah. The owner of the Jags is British, right? So he wanted to move the team. Well, British American, whatever. But so they just decided, whatever. We'll give the Jags the territory. They'll play a couple of games there. So the Dodgers in San Diego. We got a game. It's San Diego chipping away. It's 5-3 right now. But the Dodgers do have the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning right now. There's 2 out, so we'll keep our eye on this. Me and Cam were talking about the Flaherty deal earlier. That was a good deal for the Dodgers. You're a Dodger hater, Sean, I know. You think Ohtani's overrated?
Let's just say I was worried about the staff coming into the season. It's held up. You got a bunch of guys hurt. You had to go out and get another pitcher, which, again, every time I'm on here, I think you should go out and get as many pitchers as you can because guys get hurt. It's a good pickup for him. I mean, is he healthy? When he's out there pitching, when he's good, he's as good as anybody. I mean, he really is. You look at his numbers when he plays his 25 starts or whatever. He's got solid numbers across the board. He's going to keep you in it. You get
the Michael Kopech pickup was nice too. The Kopech pickup was nice.
He was supposed to be a top stud for them back in the day as a starter. They moved him to the pen. You go to a winning organization, maybe it changes. Guys.
I agree.
I'm a change of scenery guy. Like, I feel like you get out of a bad situation and wow, look at this. This is what winning's about, and guys are smiling coming to work, and you got a whole
you think Kopech wants to go to the park playing with these guys, and they're like blowing every single game all the time? Like you said it, Higgs. This guy was supposed to be a phenom. I know he had some injuries and stuff, but you throw him in with the Dodgers with extra depth. Like Kopech is a good baseball player, right? Like it's one of those things that he's good.
He got hurt. You don't know. Maybe he feels like they misdiagnosed something or force him to do something till he's down on the staff. I mean, you go somewhere else, you got a winning culture on it, changes. We've seen guys thrive in these situations. We're not just the Dodgers, but different teams.
Except if you're Garrett Crochet, you'd rather end up just screwing around and upsetting everybody. Because now he stays. Yeah, but he stays with the White Sox, so he's pissed them off like big time. They didn't even hide it. Like the general manager basically said, he goes, "This is just a train wreck," and he threw him under the bus. He said, what he says and what his agent says and what actually ever happens after are all different things. And he goes, "We're just sick of it." And he doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to resign with the White Sox. He wants to hold other teams hostage, and they called his bluff, Sean. The other teams in the league were like, "Who do you think you are?" They were like, "No, that's not the way it works."
Not only that,
they all told. The whole thing is, if you're Crochet, you go to a team like the Dodgers, you go to the Astros or something, you prove it to them that, hey, you can trust me, I'm the real deal. Then they will give you the money. You can't hold a gun to their head first. They're going to walk away. You don't threaten good teams like that.
Not only that, no team was going to give with any kind of decent deal back to them. I mean, look at some of these deals for the pitchers who the Padres give up for Tanner Scott. Like
they gave up a lot.
The Kikuchi deal. Yeah. They said for the Astros gave up. They said a lot. When you look, people are like, "Oh, it's a great deal," but you look at who they gave up, like, wow, that's a lot of talent for rental kind of guys. So the White Sox would have got a great haul for that guy, and no one's going to give a haul for a guy who might not pitch because you won't give him extension.
Higgs, too, and Gabe, like things can change really quick with a pitcher like that. That's the whole thing. Crochet's like, great call by you. He's holding, like, I have the power? What are you talking about? You just came into the league. You're having, like, do it over time, man. Like, prove yourself.
You got, 17 starts? I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, give me a break. 17 damn starts. Like, come on. That's nothing.
The big problem.
It's a problem.
A big problem is, too, if you basically are telling people you're scared of getting hurt. Like, he's point blank. Like, he's got another year on the deal. So the whole thing is, it's like, all right, bro, like, so what, you're going to be worried every time you take the hill for the next year and a half? You know what I mean? Like, you've got to bet on yourself. I guess this is the best way of putting it. He wants others to bet on him, but he doesn't want to bet on himself, right? He's not like, oh, I'm good to go and I'll prove it and I'm one of the best pitchers in the game. He's like, no, I'm going to, like, take the easy way out here and not prove it.
Remember CC Sabathia went to the Brewers and threw every 2 days for like 8 innings. He just went out and like just gunned them, willed them to. I think Randy Johnson did the same thing. Like guys come in and be like, I don't care. We're going to the World Series. I'm trying to get you there. This guy's like,
say what you will about Kurt
no.
Schilling. Say what you will about Kurt Schilling off the field, but he sucked it up on the field, right? Greg Crochet will never gonna have. He's never gonna have a bloody sock. He's gonna be like, hey, you got to get me out.
And another guy on the White Sox.
Who knows?
How about nobody going after Louis Roberts? Nobody went after that guy.
Robert. I think the thing with him is, number one, he's going to get paid eventually. I think people are about. It's such a shakeup to get him, and also I think the White Sox, as well as dysfunctional as the White Sox are, even the White Sox need players to like people have to like have a reason to go to their game.
Maybe.
No, it's true. Like in Chicago, like you need even if you're a crap ass organization, you need a guy. It's like, well, we got to have a guy. Like I talked about it. Like when I lived in New York, I thought it was funny. I'd go in all these sports stores, and the Jets jersey was Joe Namath, and like they didn't have anybody. Like you know what I mean? The Giants would have all this rack of like there's all these players and stuff, and the Jets. I was like, man, they don't have
Freeman McNeil.
Yeah, like you don't have somebody to sell. Like, all right, hey son, we're going to see this guy play. You know what I mean? Like you need a couple of players to sell tickets for. So
I'm looking at it as
whatever.
If the White Sox are so bad, I can get like dugout seats for like $17.50. You know, like something dirt ass cheap. You know, like
I'm surprised it could be that much. Oh.
Recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open. Didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just get this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16. Playing well, isn't he, John Rahm?
And OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Tyrrell Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing a trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. Kicking it with Sean Higgs, who's going to the Bet Bash and he's going back to Vegas. And Sean, word on the street is you're a high roller and you got a cabana and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm a high roller. Yeah, I got one. So that'd be fun Saturday.
You're saying, no one watches the Olympics and stuff, but you're dropping $3,000 on a cabana to watch NFL preseason games.
Yes.
Just saying.
Played.
Just saying.
Played. That's amazing.
Yeah, but the NFL preseason, I'm gonna have a little edge on preseason NFL football, right? They tell you exactly what you're gonna do. I got my printout of
what's
I'm
the
ready.
edge? The Bears aren't
The
playing
edges.
anybody.
I got my quarterback depth.
Thanks.
For me, I like to see who's quarterbacking, right? It's all about the second, third, or fourth string guys. Like that's who's getting the action, and you get proven NFL starters coming in for a half. I'm gonna take my shot with those guys playing a half versus guys who won't be playing.
I love this information is not incognito. Like we can all kind of figure out like who's playing and who's not playing, right?
Exactly, because people don't want to bet on a camp. Why wouldn't you? The coach says, this is what we're going to do here. This guy's going to play a series. He's sitting out today. He's going to play a half. We're going to work on this. They tell you that's what they're going to do.
I do agree with you. I think personally, Sean, I like
game inside. It's not like, we're going to have 80 bets on side and totals on that every game. You just find out one or two. I mean, you don't got to go crazy and bet them all.
You're right. You're right.
Yep.
In the old days, it's like Dave Malinsky, may he rest in peace. And unfortunately, I know may Dave Koken, our condolences to Dave Koken's family, another Vegas legend. But Dave Malinsky and I would talk about this as far as he used to go in the old days. He would go to like spring training baseball, and there really would be an edge to bet, right? There was no internet. You'd be there. And I remember the old days, too, before the internet. I used to get, like, the Buffalo Bills newsletter, like, mailed to my house. And, like, you get information, like, a week later and stuff. And you'd think you'd have an edge. Now, everything is out there for everyone to see. But it is true so it is one point that it is true that we've lost a little bit of our edge because all the information is out there now. But at the same point in time, like you said, Sean, how many people actually take the time to read about 32 NFL training camps every day? And I do. Yeah. I'll do it during the preseason. And you're bang on, bro. With the NFL preseason, guys, it's not like, oh, yeah, let's bet the board. Let's bet every game and see what happens. No. It's like, do your research, read every coach, everything that you can get your hands on, and they will sort of let you know, okay, these guys are going to play in the third quarter. This is going to happen in the fourth. And/or we want to work on our run game. We want to work on our passing game. And not every coach. Trust me, I don't know about you, Sean, but I'm a big quote guy from coaches. Me and Teddy Covers talk about this a lot. And I know the coaches well, and some of them are a waste of time, right? Like some of them are like, yeah, whatever, dude. This guy never gives you anything. He's just going to like give you the stock answers and get off the podium.
The Belichick answer, that's it.
Yeah, but there's other coaches that are honest and they get philosophical and they start talking about their team. Like hockey is like that. I talk about that with Rick Tocchet, the Vancouver Canuck coach. He'll tell you like point blank, like we're not doing this. We need to do this. We're going to play. Like he's very open about everything that they do. You can really get a feel for the team if you follow closely. But NFL preseason, if you just bang through it all, it's tedious. You got to read all the quotes of every coach, read the local newspapers, but you'll get an advantage. And the Bears depth chart coming into this, Tyson Bagent is good. All right, so he played last year in the regular season. The thing is, they know this. So Bagent won't play much because they don't want to get Bagent hurt because Bagent's going to be their backup to Caleb Williams. So then you get into Brett Rippon, and you get into Austin Reed time. So, in other words, if you're betting on the Bears, your money is on Austin Reed. Let's just call it out for what it is. Like, your money will end up being on Austin Reed in the fourth quarter here. I personally like the Houston Texans in this game. Not just because suddenly all the Bears aren't playing everyone, but the Texans are a pretty deep team. They've done a really good job drafting over the last couple of years. They have competition going on. Like when there's good teams, there's competition for jobs, right? Like the Bears kind of just are hoping they're good. Like the Texans have a battle and trying to set a stage here and stuff. I'm leaning with the Texans. The total's dropped to 31.5 now, guys, that the Bears announced that none of their starters are playing.
I gotta ask you guys this, though. When you're talking about all these guys, and you're right, Morency, sometimes like when we watch hockey, I can tell that guy's a liar. That's the truth. So a lot of the time, these coaches will give out their game plan and their format for what's going on. But who's telling the truth and who's lying? That's the whole thing. Like, how do you
don't lie in the preseason.
Preseason, they tell you.
They really don't. They really don't.
Everybody.
He's going to play a series.
Their way of lying will just not tell you. That's their way of lying. They'll just be like, I don't know. We're not sure yet. That's their way of like, they won't, they have no reason to deceive you. Like what's the point of like, making the beat writer look bad, Cam, in training camp and giving him bad information and stiffing the guy and getting a relationship with the local media that, man, this guy lied to us about the preseason like stuff, right? And you won't, you know what I mean? Like you lose the trust.
Like,
I got it. I get it.
But the other thing is too, though, look at Harbaugh, guys. It's proven. Harbaugh cares about the preseason. The guy won 26 games in a row, right? So it was pretty clear the Baltimore Ravens cared. Now that the bubbles burst, I don't know. Like, we'll see. And I'll tell you what, guys, I think the other Harbaugh coming in, he'll care as well.
Yes,
they're Harbaugh.
You're new.
And he's nuts. Like for him, like even a preseason win, he'll be like, yeah, we won. Yeah. And they'll get a game ball and they'll put it up. And first of many, guys, let's go. Like he's raw, right?
Yeah. Well, any new coach is going to come in. We got to change the culture. Right? Your new coach
with the Chargers too, because they've been so flaky over the years. Actually, Gabe, that's a great point. Like the Chargers are one of the teams that needs to win these games to say this is what we need to do. We have.
Well, the Chargers good preseason team, Cam, because you have a new coach and you have a ton of new players.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh,
they got to learn.
Harbaugh, no, but he doesn't care who you are either. Like, Harbaugh really will be one of these guys. I don't care if you're undrafted or your first-round pick. Like, if you're not playing well, you won't play. Like, that's the way he operates. Yep.
Recently, I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not making bad swings. I don't feel like I'm making terrible decisions, and just had got a little bit of a streak of bad luck on par fives. Didn't birdie any of them at the Open, didn't birdie any of them today. It's just, and I didn't feel like I did anything terribly wrong, right? But that's just golf. It happens. What's done is done, and this week is the most important week of the year right now.
If he lands it pin high, he's going to be off over the pin position and leave himself a tough putt there. That should bite now. He didn't like it by the looks of it, but he'll love it when he sees it.
Just got this before that bunker. Put himself in a good position.
Just a tiny little baby fade, ideally placed.
To tie the lead at 16. John Rahm.
And OMG, what a championship Sunday we just witnessed.
Win, right? Selfishly, you always want to get that done, but you don't want to see a teammate and a good friend, missing a putt for that happening for me.
The Live Golf League delivers every single event, doesn't it? I mean, what an incredible finish there. You know what, Tyrrell Hatton, I feel for him. He's been playing beautiful golf. In fact, since Miami, he's been the best player in our league based on the strokes gained metric.
I'm really happy that I had my first Live Golf win. Now that Kelly and the kids are watching, just knowing that I'm bringing the trophy home for them, it feels good to say that it's coming home.
NFL preseason football starts on Thursday, but the following week we'll have a full slate of games and some really good betting opportunities. So one thing it's the first thing we agree with Sean Higgs tonight. Finally, Sean, you're finally.
All right, so water polo, no.
Yeah.
Water polo.
Dodgers
So you're
pitching
asking how
staff,
deep is the
overrated.
pool? Is my favorite
best.
question.
Where's the
What do
horse?
you mean? How deep is the pool? Can they stand? I think you were thinking they stand there and they throw the ball like whatever. Like
that's the whole point. You have to lose the strength.
That's tough. Yeah, that's a little tougher
Yeah.
than just running out like a 6 feet of water.
Yes.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it
Very,
very tough.
it is extremely tough. All right, so the baseball game going on right now at Petco. It is still 5-3, bottom of the 8th inning right now. Speaking of football, the D-backs are winning 14-0 right now over the Nationals at the top of the 8th inning. The Angels are up 8-7, so we've had some overs here. And the A's are up 5-0 on the San Francisco Giants. Our boy Big Card Julio is going to join us because I knew Julio would have a bunch of Olympic picks. And Julio already. Yeah, for your lack of Olympic knowledge. Exactly, Sean. Our boy Julio, though, even he's too much for me even sometimes. Like the stuff this guy's betting on.
He's good.
He likes to dig deep, so I can't imagine what he's going to be coming up with.
Digging deeper than Canada versus China in the water.
Canada versus China water polo. It's pretty mainstream, Higgs. Pretty mainstream. You'll like this, Higgs. I'm betting on hammer throw. Can you relate to that? Have you ever thrown a hammer before?
Yeah, my kids. No, I'm like throwing hammers. Wasn't that like?
Should say you want to throw a hammer.
Yeah, Thor. I'll take Thor
yeah.
as a favorite. Yeah.
What was that? Wasn't the movie Dodgeball where they throw like wrenches at each other with Rip Torn?
Yeah. Good practice to learn to get out of the way. Use wrenches instead of the ball.
That was great training. Love Rip Torn. Amazing.
Rip Torn's hilarious.
Yeah, he is. He rocks.
So I do have some. I'm going to have some hammer throw stuff. Track and field is getting ready to start in 2 days, but we really got to start getting our bets in for this. USA South Sudan Sudan basketball, the rematch. It's 29.5 points right now. As I stated, they were laying 43.5 last 10 days ago, whatever, when they played, and they won by 2, Sean. So, but that was an exhibition game. So you know the U.S. are going to be in a bad mood. They're going to be more like, yeah, we're not getting clowned by South Sudan again. But it's a lot of freaking points. Cam, you're going to take a chance at the U.S., roll them by 30 points tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to take USA minus 29.5. I wish I could get a better number. But, Gabe, the other game I find is interesting. I'm taking Puerto Rico plus 17.5 against Serbia. After Serbia lost, like if Jokic isn't into this game and these guys, like I know Puerto Rico's not good, but I got 17.5, 16.5. No, I got like that number. I'll take 17.5 with Puerto Rico, Gabe. That's what I'm doing. Puerto Rico was a pooch, and I'll lay the 29.5 with the good old USA.
I'm gonna take. You know what? I like your Puerto Rico call actually. Serbia. The thing with Serbia, they're not. This isn't a dominant Serbian team. And they kind of play slow. Jokic likes to play slow. He's going to, have the tempo of this game. It's a 40-minute game. Serbia slows the pace down a bit. It's hard to cover by 18. Not to mention, guys, these games are super close. Like, dude, France were like 17.5 to Japan today. They went to overtime. And it only went to overtime because France hit a 4-point desperation play late. They hit a 3, with 10 seconds left. And they got fouled on it. They were down 4. So the underdogs, they weren't the only ones. The underdogs have been barking a lot in the Olympic basketball. The U.S. tattooed Serbia, but all this stuff is matchups. And South Sudan is pretty crazy, but South Sudan want to run with the U.S., which is like the craziest way to do it, you would figure. But I actually like it. They're like, let's die on our sword, and we're going to play fast, and we're going to bomb threes, and let's see what happens. Let's play like a helter-skelter game against the Americans and see what happens. Well, it was 102-100 when they did it. So, they're going to try to do it again. So I'm going to roll the dice personally, guys. I'll take the 29.5 points with South Sudan. And I'm going to go over the 190.5.
I was going to say over the total.
Yeah, it should be a track meet. That one. If you guys see a Jason Tatum number, I'm looking at a book right now. They don't have Jason Tatum up, but I would expect Tatum to get some minutes tonight and go off. But here's a good prop bet, guys. Devin Booker plays a lot. And his over-under 3.5 3-point shots made is 1.5. He hit 4 in the other game.